Depending on whether you measure from either 200,000 years ago at the emergence of anatomically modern humans, or roughly 6 million years ago at the point of human divergence from apes, there's only really been this tiny, less than 0.1% sliver of time at the end of that entire history where humans have been able to get off to accurate erotic depictions, photos or videos. For many millions of years, the only way our ancestors would be able to perform self-gratification would be to either use nothing, use their imagination, or engage in some kind of voyeurism, whether that be consenting or, I don't know, hiding in a bush and spying on people or something. And it's only been just over 180 years at the invention of photography that we've been able to be in the privacy of our own homes with nude or erotic photos. 124 years that we've been able to view erotic video with the arrival of the first ever porno in 1896. About 30 years of being able to practically send pictures over the internet, and only a few years of this free, high-speed, high-definition, multiple-person, multiple-camera angle, practically infinite, unending novelty pornography that even teenage boys and girls have access to today. You can see that it won't be long before we have exactly the same thing in ultra-realistic virtual reality. And wouldn't you think it strange for us to not at least question that? Not to at least consider the effects that this might have on us? Considering this is to do with something that is directly related to one of our deepest and most primeval psychological drives, the drive to procreate and propagate our species. In a lot of social circles, it's even taboo to talk about this stuff. And we're told by mainstream health outlets that masturbation is normal, harmless, healthy, probably even beneficial, with rarely any distinction between self-gratifying every so often without porn and engaging in multi-hour long porn binges to practically limitless novelty, multi-person, high-definition video. Now here's a caveat. So long as it involves consenting adults and doesn't involve exploitation, I personally don't have any ethical or moral problem with pornography. This isn't some spiritual philosophy or religious dogma. I'm not making any moralistic judgments here. I believe all are free to do as they wish, and I'm totally pro-conscious sex and masturbation. But considering that it's common for guys to jerk off daily to multiple porn videos, is it not important to consider the biological and psychological effects of effectively telling your brain that you're mating with the 5, 10 or 20 hottest babes in the village over and over again, night after night? Is it not important to ask how this might affect someone's motivation, energy, drive, health and mental well-being? And researchers often find this hard to study, for a lack of young guys that don't watch pornography to create the control group. In real sexual intimacy with another human being, you have the potential for courtship, physical touch, smells, pheromones, emotional intimacy, and a spiritual connection. In a porn binge, you're most likely alone performing voyeurism on multiple people who have no idea you exist, with multiple tabs open and increasing novel and specialized eroticism. And with the move of a mouse and a click of a button, you can control it in a way that you can't and shouldn't control a real person. And because it's so taboo and not often thought about, what if dysfunctions that are often put down to depression, generalized anxiety, ADHD, biologically related erectile dysfunction, and sexual performance anxiety are actually the symptoms of regular compulsive engaging in pornography? Of course, there may be an underlying psychological dysfunction that's leading to such regular porn usage. But with such normalization of internet pornography in society, one can consider that such regular usage might often be largely contributed to by a common assumption that it's not at all problematic. It's becoming common knowledge that the neurotransmitter dopamine plays a vital part in our reward system, the anticipation we experience and the pleasure we feel. And when repeated bursts of novel pornography are consumed, there are repetitive dopamine surges in the brain. This is purported to lead to structural changes in the brain that may lead to a numbed pleasure response, hypersensitivity to pornography, and the erosion of day-to-day willpower. Could it be that if you keep effectively telling your brain that you've just inseminated the 5 most genetically appealing women in your tribe over and over again, it may say, hey buddy, chill out. You don't need to clean up your place. You don't need to earn much money or make much of an impact in the world. You've just hit the genetic jackpot and fulfilled your evolutionary role 100 times over. You're good, my friend. Kick back, relax. And we wonder why we lack willpower after porn binging for multiple days in a row. Okay, that was a bit tongue-in-cheek and certainly not scientific, but you get my point, right? Many people could assert that there's no problem here. And I didn't mean for this to happen, but because I have multiple videos on the subject that I didn't initially expect to take off so dramatically, I've had many guys reach out to me telling me how much they feel this is a problem and is affecting their lives. And it's not just me they're coming to. They're all over the internet reporting similar things and saying that they feel chronic porn usage is contributing to a lack of willpower, energy, and a lust for life, which often leads on to missed opportunities like not having the energy to do the things you want to do, lacking the willpower to get a business or a big project off the ground, or a lack of interest in creating real life connections and relationships. And I have had personal experience with this. I didn't find this no-fap, semen retention, sex transmutation stuff by accident, did I? Several years ago, I found myself with severe performance anxiety, nervous and embarrassed around real women with my head clouded by regular use of erotic images. And when I discovered that there's such a thing as going for long periods of abstinence, I tried it out for myself and I found my mind absolutely blown by the change in energy and vitality I found in my body. I became less cloudy-headed, more eloquent, more inspired, and more confident. And there are days, even these days, when I can literally feel the energy pulsating around my body to lift me to new heights of vitality and good feeling. At one point, I remember I was in a phase of trying a huge range of different personal and spiritual growth techniques out there, from flotation tanks and yoga to cold showers and the Wim Hof method. And I remember saying that NoFap was the most powerful and personal growth tool I'd ever discovered. But now I don't see it as a tool, I see it as a lifestyle choice. And I have worked with many people, men and women, who know or who are curious in the power of transmuting sexual energy into creative potential, who want to be able to effectively channel that energy to power up their health goals, business goals, or to even use it to manifest a healthy, conscious, real relationship. Once they get out of that cycle of constant compulsive and unconscious sexual expression, they often find a newfound sense of inner congruence and psychological freedom, much more focused on creating conscious relationships in line with their values, and much more energy to channel into the gym, their career, their business. And they get their lust for life back. They lean further into being conscious creators of their life. And so with that being said, here's some details on the Consciousness Revolution program. On this program, we help you overcome low confidence, low self-esteem, or a lack of willpower and energy that's holding you back from doing what you really want to do in your life. If you're done with living a mediocre life, full of the same stuff day to day, and want to build something that positively contributes to the world, and in exchange brings abundance to your life, this program is for you. Or if you're a conscious entrepreneur that's had some momentum but has ran into some blocks and wants taking things to the next level, this program is also for you. So head over to speaktoalex.com and book a time for us to chat about solving your problems. And with that being said, if you liked this video, of course give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos helping you with conscious personal growth. Peace.